They told you a lie when you were a child. It was a beautiful, comforting line. They said, be good a person. Tell the truth, work hard, play by the rules, and eventually you will be rewarded. They told you that karma is real, that justice always wins. So you followed the rules. You were polite, you were honest, you worked late hours. You did cheat, and now you look around. You look at the people who are actually winning in this system. The college who steals your ideas and gets the promotion. The boss who lies the calendars without blinking. The politicians who trade insider stocks while you struggle to pay rent. The influencers scamming their followers and making billions. And you ask yourself the question that keeps you awake at 3 a.m. If I did everything right, why am I losing? Why do the corrupt get the castles while the honest gets the crumbs? This video is not going to be a comfortable bedtime story. I am not here to tell you that money doesn't matter. I am here to explain the cold, mechanic reality of the economic machine we live in. I am here to tell you why the system is designed to punish honestly and reward the ruthless. It is the time to look at the scoreboard with the reality. The game is rigged. To understand why honest people stay poor, we first have to look at psychology, specifically a personality trait called agreeableness. In psychology, agreeableness measures how kind, polite, and cooperative you are. If are highly agreeable, you care about social harmony, you don't want to offend anyone, you value the group over yourself. In a tribe of 50 people, this trait is a superpower. It makes you a good friend and a trusted neighbor, but in a capitalist economy, it is a disability. Studies consistently show that disabled people earn significantly more money than agreeable people. Why? Because the economy does not pay you for your virtue, it pays you for your leverage. Honest, nice people have a fatal flaw. They have a hard time saying no. They do the extra work without asking for a rise. They accept the first salary offers because they don't want to be create tensions. They stay in toxic jobs out of loyalty. The system knows this. The system relies on this. Your boss bank on your wealth. Corporations monetize your politeness. While you are worrying about being nice, the ruthless person is worrying about being executive. They demand what they want. They are willing to walk away. They are willing to make things uncomfortable. And in a negotiation, the person who is willing to be most uncomfortable usually wins. Your honest makes you predictable, and in war and business is war, predictability is death. Now, let's go darker. Let's talk about the Dark Triad: narcissism, Machiavellism, psychopath. These are personality traits characterized by a lack of empathy, a focus on self-interest, and a willingness to manipulate others. In a just world, the people would be in prison. In our world, they are often in the C-suite. They are CEOs, politicians, and industry leaders. Why does the system reward these traits? Because making a lot of money often requires making difficult, sometimes cruel decisions. If you are an honest, empathetic person firing 50,000 fathers and mothers in to increase the stock price by %1 will crush your soul. You want to sleep for weeks, but for a corporation psychopath, it's just Tuesday. It's just numbers on a spreadsheet. The system rewards you efficiently, and nothing is more efficient than a lack of constance. When you have no moral boundaries, you have a conflict advantage. You can cut corners and safety regulations. You can lie about your product capacities. You can exploit your workers. This creates a shortcut. The honest man is running a marathon carrying a backpack full of rocks. The rocks are his morals. The corrupt man drops the backpack and sprints. Of course he is faster. Of course he gets to the finish line first. He is traveling light because he left his humanity behind. But it goes even deeper than that. Honestly, it's expensive. It really costs you money. Every time you refuse a bribe, you lose money. Every time you refuse to sell a product you don't believe in, you lose a communication. Every time you declare all your takes while you're competent, guides there offshore, you are the disadvantage. There is a tax of consistency. If you want to keep your hands clean, you have to accept that you will carry less gold in them. The world is a zero-sum game in many areas. For someone to make more than their share, someone else has to do less. The honest person takes only what is fair. The predator takes all that he can. Over 10, 20, 30 years, this creates a massive wealth gap. The predator compounds his ruthlessness into an empire. The honest man compounds his labor into a moved life. So, is that it? Is the lesson of this video what you should be a monster? Should you start lying, cheating, and stepping on people to get rich? That brings us to the most important part, the definition of rich. If you define wealth only by the number in your bank account, then yes, you are playing a losing game against the psychopaths. You will likely never beat them at their own game. But there is a difference of kind poverty that the numbers don't show. I want you to think about the paralysis of the corrupt. When you build an empire on lies, you have to spend the rest of your life protecting those lies. You can never truly trust anyone because you know that everyone is just as ruthless as you are. Your friends are not friends, they are temporary allies. Your spouse loves your lifestyle, not you. You have the castle, but you are the prison inside it. The honest man pays a price for his truth. He might drive a cheaper car, he might live in a smaller house, but he owns something the billionaire psychopath cannot buy. He owns his peace. When the honest man puts his hand on the pillow at night, his mind is quiet. He doesn't have to remember which lie he told the womb. He doesn't have to look over his shoulder. He has the fuck you money of the soul. He cannot be blackmailed because he has nothing to hide. The system tries to convince you that you are a failure because you aren't a millionaire. That is the final trick. They want you to feel poor, so what? You will trade your integrity for a chance to be like them. Don't fall for it. There is a difference between being poor and being broke. Broke is temporary financial state. Poor is a state of mind and spirit. The person who sells their dignity for a paycheck is the poorest person on earth, no matter what car they drive. So here is strategy for the honest people in a dark world. Don't become a victim. Being honest doesn't mean being weak. You can be honest and still be dangerous. You can be polite and still have boundaries. You can be kind and still demand to be paid what you are worth. Stop waiting for the world to be fair. It is ending. Stop waiting for a pat on the head for being a good boy. It's not coming. You have to build your own strategy. You have to become competent. You have to be good at what you do. They cannot ignore you. Even if they hate your honest, stay on your path. The road is harder. The climb is steeper, but the view from the top is much clearer when you didn't have to sell your to get there. Keep your hands clean, keep your head high, and remember it is better to be warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. It is better to be a good man who would be bad than a bad man who is pretending to be good. Let the wolves eat each other, you build something that lasts.